What's up, guys? Welcome to the Luke Williams interview. Today, I'm going to be interviewing. Would you like to say your name, sir?
Yeah, Connor Rich.
Yeah, this dude, he's a little weirdo sometimes. But we're going to be talking about our iSearch papers and we made like an interview for each other. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. I'm up first because I'm lucky. All right, so let's start off. My iSearch topic is about Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Are you familiar with those two people? Just like not even a part of like the interview question. Are you familiar with those two people?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So now to officially start my interview, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a fan of the NBA would you say you are? Like on a 1 to 10 scale.
Simply just because I do a lot of things in the winter and I don't watch it that much, I would say like a 4 maybe.
4 maybe? Yeah, that's a solid answer. You know, everybody. Basketball's not everybody's thing. Understand that, you know? So, I'm going to ask number 2. Do you know who LeBron James or Michael Jordan is?
Yes, I know both of them.
Yeah, they're pretty big characters in today's society and the world history. So, I would say first, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Michael Jordan's impact on the game of basketball? And maybe the world if you have that too.
I would say in basketball 10. World, I would say maybe like a 3. Like he didn't really impact the world that much.
Okay, I see. All right.
He did show the world how to have a gambling addiction, though.
Oh, Michael Jordan did infamously have a gambling little problem. You know, some say that's why he took 2 years off of his career. All right. So, question number 3: how would you rate LeBron James' impact on the game of basketball? Lee Goat, Lee King.
It's a little biased there, but I would say a 9.
A 9, yeah, that's a good rating. You know, I think they're both really big figures in the basketball world. So now I'm going to say number 4. Who would you say more has accomplished statistically as a player, like on the court, like just gotten more done? And it could be for different reasons too. Like who would you say has done more?
Well, if you're talking literal stats, it's going to have to go to LeBron because he has the numbers compared to Jordan. Like, he has more years, he has more points, blah, 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 like, it's the number 1 leading scorer. Jordan just, like, completely changed the game overall, and they both played in different time periods, so it's a little hard to compare them, but yeah, that would be my answer.
Yeah, that's a really solid answer, you know. I think the same. Like LeBron literally, like factually on a piece of paper, he has like better statistics. That's because longevity, you know. So number 5 was why did you answer that? But I mean, you answered it when I asked the question. So number 6, do you think that era should be taken into consideration? Like the times each player played. Do you think like that? Like you should definitely think about that when comparing the two as the greatest.
Definitely 100%. The 3-point line today is like used and utilized so much more than it was back then. And I think if you narrowed down if you took down LeBron's years to the amount of years that Jordan played and you leveled out the 3-point percentages, that their numbers would be very, very close.
That's a fair point. That's a really good point of view because yeah, like you just said, the 3-point line was like Steph Curry revolutionized the game with that stuff. Like especially later, like and into like the modern era of the NBA. Like back then, 3-pointers weren't like they were a thing. They got added eventually, but like people were not like teams were not using that to their advantages. You know. So yeah. Next question: who would you say possesses more of an X factor or maybe a leadership role to their team? Like maybe got more stuff done as a team together. Or like who like really took the charge of their team, like LeBron or MJ?
That's tough, because Jordan was Jordan and LeBron was LeBron, and LeBron's gone to multiple teams throughout his career. I don't believe Jordan has gone to as many teams.
Jordan was on the Bulls for the majority of his career before he went to Washington, like after he retired the second time. Like, but nobody really counts that. Like he never went to Washington. No.
And then he was like part of that big 3, So I think he understood everybody's pros and cons and how to utilize them to the best to get them to the championship and win the rings. LeBron is also a team player, but I think he's way more self-centered as a player compared to Jordan. But Jordan is also very self-centered, so that's tough.
Yeah, that's a fair answer. I mean, like you mentioned the big 3. You had Scottie Pippen, MJ, and Dennis Rodman. I mean, each doing fantastic basketball things on different scales. Like they just had their own thing and they worked together so well as to why that's why Jordan was able to lead the team. And also elaborating on the LeBron part, yes, they're both really big key pieces to a team and self-centered. And LeBron obviously with the help of his teammates, he got what he got done. But same could be said for both. So yeah, that's a really good answer. And last but not least, who do you think is the greatest of all time, the GOAT of the NBA of basketball to like just have ever played the game?
I'm just gonna have to go with Jordan. He's been the GOAT since day one.
Yeah, he's been the GOAT since day one. That's a solid answer. Like the way I like to perceive it personally, like similar lines. I do agree that Jordan is the greatest of all time. I think he's the GOAT. And then when you take LeBron into consideration, it's like, yeah, he's really great. He's the second greatest of all time because you only have one greatest of all time. But I personally think LeBron might be the best basketball player of all time when you put him up in maybe a 1v1 scenario or so. But yeah, thank you so much for your time in this interview and answering these questions. Like really good answers, by the way. Thank you so much. Handshake, the audible handshake you can hear through the mic. There's the camera right there. But yeah, thank you so much. Adios. See you, Mr. Franklin.
Bye.